Brian Perreault's identity was stolen back in 2005, but by the time the Toronto man realized he was a victim of identity theft, it was too late, and he spent years trying to clear his name.
On my way to my grandmother's funeral, I was stopped on Highway 400. I was asked to provide my driver's license registration, to turn off my car and hand the officer the keys. So I immediately knew something was very wrong. As I was sitting there waiting for further investigation, the officer had gone back to his car. I was boxed in by 3 other cruisers. I felt like I was on an episode of Cops. Apparently my driver's license has been suspended, and the person who had assumed my identity had been involved in police pursuits. Fortunately, one of the officers that stopped me knew that I was not that person, and by the time it was all sorted out that day, I missed my own grandmother's funeral, and my driver's license was still suspended. Remained suspended for over 6 months. I was unable to commute to work, I lost my job, and I was unable to work for 6 months due to my license suspension. I nearly went bankrupt and ended up thousands of dollars in arrears and financial obligations, including child support.
On January 27, 2012, Sergeant Greg Klee of the Aurora Detachment, while on routine patrol, stopped a tow truck for a routine traffic violation on Highway 400. The male driver of the tow truck failed to provide any valid identification and attempted to verbally identify himself on several occasions. Ultimately, as a result of conversation with the officer, he actually provided the sergeant with various forms of verbal ID, all of which were false. A second officer attended the scene and actually knew the tow truck driver and was able to positively identify the accused. Police information revealed that an outstanding arrest warrant had been issued for the accused, and subsequently the accused was arrested. An extensive 20-month investigation, the OPP has charged the accused, Robert Maitland, 46 years old, of Midland, Ontario, with 57 criminal code charges. These charges and offenses took place in both Alberta and Ontario.
Can you imagine what might have happened had that officer, when you were pulled over on your way to your grandmother's funeral, had someone not recognized that you were not the guy they were looking for?
I would have been in jail. I would have been in jail.
What you maybe just quickly tell me why you came here today. I know you said it a little earlier, but maybe just explain again, why did you come here today?
I'm glad to help the OPP in anything that they would ever ask me to do, just because of the help they have given me. On top of that, I think a little bit of awareness or some more education to the public might help. If one person ever gets helped, even a little bit by this, I would be glad, because the 10 years that I had to go through this garbage, I wouldn't wish on anybody. I wouldn't wish on him.
57-year-old Robert Sean Maitland of Midland was ultimately arrested, and he faces 57 charges in connection to this identity theft. For the Toronto Sun, I'm Chris Doucette.